No one listened to Mama J. Look, Mama J. Look, I'm wearing you. I'm wearing the chase, Mama J and Spectre. Wearing the chase. And I'm not even trying to rub it in. I'm really wearing this to support what they're doing tonight. So we will probably...
Yeah, it is a really cool show, yes.
It is, and it's a lot of fun. And I like the format of it because it's
fair.
It's not like normal Jeopardy where you got to click in and, and people complain about lag or whatever. Everybody gets an equal opportunity to answer questions, which is good. I don't think I've ever been picked to pick the question first, so I'm hoping that I don't tonight, and I keep running that streak. We'll see.
You think it's your good luck charm?
Sure. But it's been a lot of fun, and it was a lot of fun to play with you guys and everything else, because we are such good friends and we hang out all the time, and so, to play that. And yes, I'm a little bit competitive. I have also had... Not lying to anybody in here, and I will say hi to everybody in just a second. I have literally been sick to my stomach all day long, like worrying about tonight. I told CAITLYN beforehand, like, I am just like, I don't know why. I mean, it's like in the scheme of life, winning or losing, and I don't care. Like, honestly, guys, vote for whoever you think is going to win tonight. Like, literally, I don't want to let anybody down. That pressure of letting you down if I don't win is like too much to bear. So vote for whoever, not me.
Thanks, Juliana. That's smart.
Humiliated. Aww.
No, it is all in fun. It's just for fun.
It is.
No one take whatever the outcome is tonight. No one take it seriously.
Yeah, I mean, literally, it's all for fun, and everybody takes things too seriously, and I don't want you to do that tonight. It's just for a good time. Win, lose, draw, I don't care. I just want to have fun and have a good show for Mama J, and that's all it comes down to. Say hi to Eric Fry. Golden was in here early too. Everybody, do not listen to Eric Fry. Unsubbing. What's going on, Umpty? Juliana, had fun watching you guys last night with What the Pop. That was good. Real Crew. Tats, what's going on? Clarissa's here. How are you? Noel's here. Kenneth Bird. Mama J. Ryan. Crap, Ryan, I owe you stickers.
I own many people's stickers, and I keep forgetting to ask them for their address.
No, the envelope's sitting on my desk. I just have to send it out. I have I'm almost out of the originals. I have 7 left. Because I put stickers in every box that I send out, and then I've got these ones too. But I have I set some aside for Ryan that one of each, so that he has those. What's up?
You want to hear my oblivious moment? I've been selling a bunch of my stuff on Mercari, right? And I've been putting a sticker in there to kind of advertise the channel just a little bit. And I was gonna order some more of the big 3-inch ones. I clicked too fast and ordered 50 of the itty bitty teeny 1-inch ones.
But those are cute. You can just put them as a little kiss right on your box.
Yeah, I am still gonna do it, but I meant to order the big ones.
I need to start writing this down. Okay, so Juliana needs one too. Hey, show Mama J what you showed me in the picture earlier. What you got? Look, Mama J, I started a trend.
You did. This was actually very fun to put together.
See? Look. Aww.
These are little lights. I don't have them plugged up. We don't have them plugged up, but they are.
Did you turn it on, though?
Yeah, I turned it on to make sure it works, but I think I'm just going to display it just like this without the plug-in.
Yeah.
So.
Mama J's on her way to her.
There's no plug-in near the Wonder Woman shelf, so it's just going to be like that. But it is super cute.
Ryan, Juliana, Evan Steele.
They're called Glowbots, Geeky. So far we've only found the DC ones, and they're on Amazon.
That's all I can find.
Yeah. And there was Wonder Woman, Harley, Batman, Superman, Joker.
Claire got the Joker. I ordered one. I ordered Mama J one for getting me my Fun Company shirt. So I ordered Mama J Wonder Woman. I have Superman because they only had one Wonder Woman, but they did restock it. And then I saw, I don't know, that it was back down to one. We started a trend over the weekend, and everybody went out and ordered them. So we're all going to have glows. Now these light up. So these are LEDs, and it lights up with just the colors that are here, or it goes like red, blue, yellow, and green, like it flashes through.
It's a strobe effect if you want it to be.
And we'll be popping. Well, Will, I actually have something for you that I'm going to be sending you anyway. So,
hello, Clara.
Got you something. So we'll be popping. These are stickers. I think I'm gonna kind of update it though the next time. It'll still have this logo in it, but I think I'm gonna make it look more old timey, like the black and white version, like the beginning of the intro.
Yeah.
So I might
you can make that the chase sticker or something.
I was trying to open the little tiny light bright before, because my goal is to put the CTV logo on this too. Because I'm a giant child and I have nothing better to do, or I should be doing other adulting things, but I don't. So I don't. Well, okay, so you're here to teach me about DC animation, because this is one of the things that I have no knowledge on. And go ahead.
Like, have you ever watched any of the animated shows or movies?
Some Batman.
Okay.
Like, I don't know. I don't know who was voicing Batman.
Kevin Conroy.
Sure. But it's like the Batman when his ears are kind of like pushed back a little bit, and he's like kind of Dick Tracy looking with the Joker and everything. Mark Hamill, I think, is the voice of the Joker, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. I've seen some of those. All their eyes they have like no pupils in their eyes. They're just white or whatever. It's weird.
Yeah.
I'm in the shower, TMI, so I miss anyone. Consider yourself greeted. You're typing naked?
You had to voice it.
Ow. What's up, Sensei? Clara, if I don't know if I said hi. Hi, Clara. I saw you. I thought I said hi. It's kind of just... And Bobbert's here. Steele's here. I think it's Steele. I never know. One of the two.
I always just put hello, Emma / and or Steele or something like that.
You should do. Why is that flashing on? That's weird. Like unload or upload. TMI. Definitely TMI. Geek Mom there. TMI.
She's getting too comfortable with us. But
Dave recorded a video naked, and now Geeky Mama Bear is chatting in my live naked.
Well, let's not go with everyone.
No, I am a stepchild if CAITLYN is here. No, I promised CAITLYN that we would actually have her on the show as a real life guest, not to talk about things that she hasn't seen and not to jab at her. She's going to teach me about DC animation.
Well, you had me on to talk about Tokidoki, but then you and I just made fun of me the entire night for not watching anything.
Yeah, because we got completely sidetracked. So yes,
yeah,
this is actually a real life, honest to goodness. Teach me.
So the thing I love the most about mainly the older DC animations, like from the 90s to the early 2000s, is that it all kind of went together. I want not in the same way like the MCU movies go together.
Figures.
They're both together. So you're going to have to sign your name with an S or an E at the end of each of your messages now. But what I loved is that it completed a full story at the end of it, and it just sort of looped everything together. Especially when you go from like Batman to Superman to Justice League to Batman Beyond to Legion of Superheroes and even Static Shock a little bit. Everything kind of crossed over into each other and created, I wouldn't say a cohesive story because they all had their own individual stories at the same time, but it was still the same like timeline.
Now, see, I watched the Justice League back in the 80s when Aquaman was in the, the orange top, green bottom.
Yeah, the Super Friends. Yeah.
And so, was it called Super Friends? I don't even know. I just remember being on Saturdays and eating Lucky Charms. That's all I can remember. Should have probably guessed about myself. My favorite breakfast food was Lucky Charms. Anywho, and so I remember that the Wonder Woman. I basically only watched the old school live version with Linda. You know, as
Linda
the
Carter, yeah.
Linda Carter as Wonder Woman. Superman. The only Superman I saw was some old black and white with George Reeves. My mom got me an old, like an old school DVD, and it had Superman with George Reeves in it as that, and then obviously the Christopher Reeve movies.
Yeah.
But I didn't carry on with it. So you said Static Shock. I don't know if you saw my face, like, huh? This is one the hashtag never seen it.
Static Shock was its own, and he's getting a pop soon. I saw that, so yay. But it was his own kind of thing. I don't even think it's actually like legit owned by DC. I think it's like Vertigo or something, which is DC's offshoot. I'm not entirely sure. But it had its own series, but there was a crossover episode with the Justice League, and so to make it a full story, and then Static crossed over with Justice League Unlimited, and again just to interact the story more.
Oh, okay. So I'll bring up the character. I've seen the character.
It's a little bit like Black Lightning, but different.
Yeah, but I don't think I've ever actually like watched it. So I mean, we might as well tell people because in case somebody else doesn't know about it. Everyone else in is right now going, "You're an idiot."
I would say Static Shock is probably the least known of them all, honestly. Yeah. I know his first name is Virgil. I can't even remember his last name. But I remember loving the show so much. I binge watched it like a couple times over as a kid when I got the internet. So
I remember this was kind of based on the 90s though, because like you see like Grandpa there is on the scooter and stuff like that, and that's when
yes,
like,
they were
early 90s or something like that.
Yeah, so it was like I think it was around the same time as Justice League, so it would have been late 90s, early 2000s.
Oh, okay. All right.
So
yes, Chris, you do need to watch Justice League on HBO. And I know we're talking about animation, but honestly, I planned on only watching part of it because I thought I was going to be A, lost, and B, bored, and I wasn't, and I ended up trying to go to sleep, and I turned it on just so I could finish it the next morning, like rewind it, and I ended up watching the whole freaking thing all the way through. I thought it was good. I did. I thought it was. I don't remember the other one being that bad as everyone says, but I don't remember it at all. So what brought you to DC animation though? Why was this something that you're so passionate about? I mean, there has to be a certain character or something that actually is the reason that you're so hooked on this.
So I watched it when they first ran when I was a little kid. Like I was in first grade or so when these first came on. So I basically had like a really vague memory of Justice League, the first Justice League series. And then I rediscovered it in like middle school. And that was around the same time where I was having a lot of issues like socially. I was, my sexuality, a lot of things. And I sort of grabbed on to Hawk Girl. And I think it was because she kind of embodied a lot of things that I wanted. She was badass. She said what she thought. She was not shy. And she didn't really care what people thought of her. Like even people close to her. Yeah, pretty much. She had, even the people close to her though, she didn't really care if she pissed them off or anything. And I was always the person who wanted to please everyone. I never wanted to get anyone mad at me. I was always shy. I didn't have friends. I mean, I was never really allowed to hang out with people outside of school. I know that sounds pathetic, but it's true. So I never really had friends outside of school. So the people that I did have in my life, I didn't want to piss off or anything. That's why I stayed in the closet till I was in college. But yeah, she just sort of embodied a lot of things that I wanted to be. And also, she's the only one in that series with like a story to her. She was the only one that was given like a true story. Like Martian Manhunter was a little bit of backstory more than anything. But she starts out as a hero. We find out she's a spy. And then she goes into being a hero again. And Yeah, I'm a sucker for anyone who starts out evil and turns good, and I think that's why, because they tried to make her evil and then swung around and made her good again. But yeah, I fell in love with Wonder Woman in that series as well, and pretty much all the characters from that series. But Hawk Girl is and always will be my favorite of them all, for sure.
So, how did the offshoot of the DC Bombshells? I mean, is it just that it's kind of like the ladies of DC, or is there a specific storyline that happened off of that? Because I just found out today, I went on Entertainment Earth, got stuck on one of those rabbit holes where I went to go look at the new Baby Yoda that eats things and does all kinds of new things. It's for $80 and was considering pre-ordering it. And then I saw that they had these, it's the Dark Knight something, and it was talking about the DC multiverse. So are the Bombshells part of like a separate universe where they're a team, or was it just a separate storyline where they pulled them all into a team?
It's pretty much a separate storyline. The Bombshells started as just artwork. That's all it was just artwork, and people just grabbed onto these. Like, these are beautiful, they're awesome. So they started making statues of it, started making action figures of it, became a comic series, and yeah, rest is history. It's still one of the best selling. I mean, the comics are done now, but as a whole, the products and everything, it's one of the best lines that DC has ever done. So
now with the Hawk, because I know Hawk Girl's part of that. Are Hawkman and Hawk Girl somehow related?
They're married. Most of the time, they're married.
Oh, okay.
Their backstory is that they're from Danagar. They make it to ancient Egypt time on Earth and kind of become a pharaoh and queen, and then they get reincarnated over and over again. So every time they die, they get reincarnated, and their love story starts back up again. But for the most part,
at the same time.
Yes.
Do they die at the same time?
Some of the times, like in the original one, they had like a Romeo Juliet kind of thing where one of them died and the other one committed suicide. So sometimes it happens differently, but most of the time they die around the same time.
Now, can you still find the Bombshell comics and stuff? I mean, so you basically start off with comics. Comics led to like the cartoons. Animation. I don't know. People sometimes say, like, don't belittle it. It's not a cartoon. It's an animated series.
You can say cartoon. I don't care.
Okay. Good.
But the Bombshells aren't part of the anime. I don't mind you talking about it because I absolutely love the Bombshells. But the Bombshells aren't part of the animated universe that I know of, unless they're starting to make a movie of it. I hope they make a movie of it. That would be awesome. But the thing with the Bombshells is nearly every character in there was gay. They made every single character a part of the LGBTQ community almost. So Hawkman's not in that one. Hawk Girl is actually with Vixen. So who is in Justice League Unlimited. In Justice League, she and Green Lantern become a couple. And at the end of Justice League, they break up. And Vixen becomes Green Lantern's new girlfriend. So in the Bombshells, she's with Green Lantern's new girlfriend, pretty much.
Hey, Random. Hey, Joanna. Sharon, how are you? Julie, I think I said hi to you already. I know I've been showing off your stuff. So did Bombshells come out like in the 2000s, like after it became more PC to be open? But I thought, like, isn't Wonder Woman in the Bombshells, and she wasn't? She was LGBTQ as well.
She was still with Steve Trevor, but they made her bi. She was actually with. They said that her first love was Mira, Aquaman's wife.
Shut up.
So the two of them knew each other when they were kids, and they were each other's first loves. They're still with Steve Trevor and Aquaman, but in that storyline, they were first loves. So, do I need to send you the comics?
Well, I mean, maybe I'm hoping I could find them, or maybe find them virtually or something. But this is interesting because I didn't know any of this happened. Like, when I think of DC animation, I think of your main characters. You've got Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman, The Flash, a Green Lantern. I mean, I know Cyborg and all that, and Aquaman and stuff were in the movie, and Aquaman is, but I don't like when I think of DC. The first ones I think of are Superman, Batman, and Wonder Woman.
Yeah,
Those
the
are
Trinity.
those are the top three, and so I knew about that, but I didn't know about all of these other animated series that have gone on because I didn't follow it. I mean, I was a teenager and I was more concerned with boys, bars, and boots. I mean, honestly, that's what I did. So.
Well, the majority of them will feature Batman, especially the more recent ones. Like you have Batman Beyond, Batman Beyond, and then Batman Brave and the Bold, and then Batman Beware the Batman or something, and the Batman, and just tons and tons and tons of Batman, which a lot of them are really good. Some of them suck. But even Justice League Action, which was not too long ago, was still mainly Batman.
Now, are these available on any like Netflix or anything that people can
HBO Max?
HBO Max. Okay, well I have that, so that's good. That's really good. Well, I mean, who didn't? Because that was the only way you could watch Wonder Woman at the time, unless your movie theaters are open, and I don't think they were open anywhere.
If you wanted to go back and rewatch some of the old ones, Justice League and Justice League Unlimited are still my favorites. Mainly it's nostalgia, but there is an actual story there, which was unlike what you saw with like Batman and Superman. There wasn't really a story. Well, Superman had one at the very end, but there wasn't really a story beyond that. Batman had one when it came to like the Robins and Batgirl, but never one with really like of Batman.
I want to show you what I was talking about because you can tell me if this is something I can still get, because this storyline, and I was like, what is going on right here?
Bombshell storyline is amazing.
I do want to read that, but this is the one I found today, and I totally got sidetracked at lunchtime looking at these action figures.
Hi, Foxy.
Hi, Turd. They were. I don't know how I got down the rabbit hole. I just kept looking at it. I was looking at the
Entertainment Earth is a rabbit hole.
Well, yeah, but I was looking at the Zack Snyder action figures, but then there was another one, and I couldn't figure out why Scarecrow and Batman were all in the same picture together. They were McFarlane toys. And then I realized that Bane, you had to buy different ones to get all of Bane to put it together, and Batman. It's almost
action figures, so I like that.
Yeah. Oh, here he is. Okay. Last Night on Earth, Batman action figure, and he's got Joker's head in a lantern, and here I'll show you guys what I'm talking about, because you guys are like, I don't know what you're looking at. He's got Batman. He's got the Joker's head in a lantern.
You might have to ask Jay Lee about that. It's probably a Batman story arc that's coming about soon. That's pretty cool. I don't think it's a lantern. I think it's a backpack.
Do you have any slabs? Foxy's
Nope.
asking. I do. I have one. It's up there.
I've had this conversation. I don't trust the mail to get my comics slabbed.
Okay, so Jay Lee, apparently, I'm watching HBO Max simultaneously. Thanks, B. Hey, Ross. You're welcome. If I get kicked off because you're using my freaking sign-in, I'm going to beat you. So there was this one, and then there's a Wonder Woman, and then I found a different Wonder Woman action figure where she's completely shaved, like she's got like a mohawk. She's shaved on the side of her head, and I was just like, and it was almost good because I knew then all these questions started popping in my head for me to ask you tonight about this, but I had no idea. I have literally no idea what the hell was going on. So, I mean, I think this one would be a cool one, but what has he got on his back? Was he even like oh my god. I don't know. I don't get this at all.
I'm sure it's from a story arc that I haven't read.
Okay, here's the Wonder Woman, and she's all like, see how her hair, she's got like a mohawk.
Yeah, this is an alternate version of Wonder Woman from the multiverse. I know that much.
I didn't even know DC had a multiverse. All I've ever heard about is the Marvel multiverse.
Oh, yeah. There are. Have you ever heard me mention or anyone mention the New 52 in DC?
No.
Well, it was a new story arc that they were doing, or really just a reboot they were doing, And from that moment on, they determined that there's actually 52 different universes in the DC universe. So
Interesting. Now, if you haven't watched Justice League yet, the Zack Snyder's is cut, you might want to leave for a couple of seconds. But I think what was at the end, have you seen it yet, Caitlin?
nope, but go on.
Okay, so I think what was at the end, based on how they portrayed the story and what happens in that movie, might be leading into this particular character coming in as a movie. That's Omega, which looks like Batman has the Batman crest on his chest, which threw me for a loop as well.
I think he originated in the Batman comics. I'm not entirely sure.
Well, because of what was happening at the end of that movie, and because of the scene at the very end, it's very typical, or what I was reading on Entertainment Earth's website kind of fits that, and I'm wondering if that's the direction they're going to go with the next part of this, if they do a next part of this. I mean, I know more about where Marvel's going with their movies based on WandaVision, Doctor Strange, than I do on DC. I have no clue what's going on. I know there's an Aquaman 2 coming out.
Okay, Mama J, haha. But
because I know we've been talking about it, so I know obviously she's a huge Wonder Woman fan, so I didn't know if she had taken the time to watch that.
I have something else I have to watch this weekend, so probably the next weekend I'll watch Justice League.
Oh, what are you gonna watch this weekend?
Some stupid dinosaur movie that Cherie likes.
Jurassic Park, people.
Yeah,
she
I know.
has to watch Jurassic Park.
Yeah. Live stream on Clara's.
In the dark.
Next, yeah.
Watch it in the dark. Watch it in the dark.
I'm not watching it in the dark.
In the dark.
No.
So much better. I didn't understand why Jon Snow killed Daenerys at the end of Justice League. Me either, Fox.
Now that's a crossover. But to answer your question from before, Fox, there was
I think that's the one. What I'm talking about, Golden. Okay,
there was one comic that I would want to be slabbed from my collection. I have the first appearance of Barbara Gordon as Batgirl. If I was going to buy a comic slab, I have it saved on Macari. Wonder Woman Volume 3, Number 1. It was the first Wonder Woman comic book I ever read. So, and it's for sale, slabbed, 9.8. And I'm thinking about getting it. So.
Those are cool. I just got a package in, and actually, if you guys haven't, I should. Can you hold yourself for a minute?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'll be right back. I'm gonna go grab something.
All right. What's everyone's favorite DC character since she abandoned us? I don't know, Chris. I mean, dinosaurs are really freaking cool. Don't get me wrong. I absolutely love learning about dinosaurs, like actual dinosaurs. But I don't know about. I don't know about the movie. I had a trauma from what's it called, Lake Placid as a kid. I have a feeling I'll get flashbacks. Wonder Twins is amazing. Spider-Man's not. DC Golden. I absolutely love the Wonder Twins. I have the pop of those two with Gleek. Batman or Joker? Bobbert. So lame. That's the cliche answer. Wonder Woman, absolutely. I still need to do another video with the Wonder Woman shelf. Poison Ivy, yeah. I have not watched Superman and Lois yet, just because I didn't really like the end of Supergirl, and I have a feeling Superman and Lois ain't gonna be that much better. So, or not the end of it. I know it's still going on, but I don't really like Supergirl anymore.
So I told you I got this today. All right, so part of what we're doing is, and I don't know, this is either going to be for when Ray Pops hits 200 or when we hit 400, whichever comes first. But I ordered.
Nice.
And then I got the variant cover of this, which is, I think it's I don't know. Maybe it's a whole comic. I can't tell. So I got the variant cover, but this is what I think I'm going to give away. So we'll announce how to do that. This comic book, it is bagged and boarded, but this is the one where Spider-Man gets his new costume and why he gets his new costume. So, but I thought this one was cool, but I apparently ordered the wrong variant cover. I didn't realize that some are cooler than others. Still learning here.
It just kind of depends.
At least I'm buying comics, kids. At least I'm buying comics.
Hey, Nancy. Hey, Mitch.
Hi, Mitchie.
And for those who said Condiment King, I actually have a video where I made a Condiment King pop. And I absolutely love that thing.
I will have to say, Martian Manhunter, it very much interests me. Now I want that soda. Manhunter. I don't know anything about it.
I got it. What did I do with that soda? It's on the far shelf.
Because I think what number is that? 61.
Jaylee beat you to it.
What? I was tempted on that one. I'm just in a poll on what happened in the new suit. The storyline was interesting, and so here's the cool thing. So I picked it up at MI Pops. I read it because I really wanted to know why all of a sudden there was this change in costume. And after I read it, I ended up putting it back in the bag and boarding it and then giving it to my nephew. And that's his very first comic ever. I also gave him his very first soda ever. So he's all excited. We talked the whole way down to Chick-fil-A about it and, how to be careful with it and everything else. And the kid is like anal about his boxes too. Like he made his dad go back to Target because his chicken nugget Funko had a crease in it.
Oh.
Yeah. But my mom ordered him his very first box that's coming from Funko HQ to his house. So it's not, he gets to open the box himself. And that is like the coolest thing ever.
You're starting this kid down a rabbit hole.
I did. Go me go. My sister-in-law keeps telling me, she's like, I hate you right now. He's he wants shelves and everything.
Honestly, I love that. Like not necessarily just for like Funko, but just for like collecting and fandoms in general. I think it's important to pass that along to your kids and nieces and nephews and stuff like that, just to keep it going.
But you had some of the DC animation characters. You have a lot of them outside of the Funko world. So did the DC animation with the action figures that you have in the back, did that lead you to Funko? Is that how you got brought into Funko?
So I actually was aware of Funko back when it first came out, and I was in like 10th grade. I was a sophomore in high school when Pops started becoming a thing. And I actually started collecting action figures first because they were straight from the show. So I was starting collecting like Hawk Girl and Wonder Woman, Justice League Unlimited action figures right when I got out of high school. So the summer of 2012, I started collecting action figures, and somewhere along the line I found the original Wonder Woman Funko Pop somewhere, and probably by the end of that month I had about 20 to 30 pops. So when I get started on something, I roll with it for sure.
No, I want to say
the Batman animated version, Jaylee. Okay, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, but
no, I want to say I remember. If this is, well, I don't know. See, I don't know if this is. I don't know who this chick is. So here, I'll show you this one because I have no idea. This is why I'm learning, people. I don't know everything. This is why do not vote for me tonight.
Yeah, I kind of thought they were stupid too, Anthony. You're not alone. Oh, that's Ace.
Aquaman looks like he's shirtless in this one, and he's got only one hand.
Yes.
And then
actually, in the episode where he debuted in, or maybe it was the second, in Justice League, the first series, it was all like part episodes. Like, so there was a part 1, part 2 for most episodes. Even though they were 30 minutes long, they turned into like an hour-long thing. But yeah, it shows the story of why Aquaman lost his hand. But yeah, that is Ace from the Royal Flush Gang. So.
What?
The Royal Flush Gang.
What's the Royal Flush Gang?
So typically in the comics, it's mainly like a lineage kind of thing. There's usually a mom, a dad, kids. The mom is the queen, dad's the king. The kids kind of fill out the rest of the royal flesh cards, and they steal a lot of stuff. And it just sort of gets passed down generation to generation. But in this one, these were actually kids who were born metahumans. They had different powers, and they were all taken in from the government basically to become soldiers.
Okay.
But the Joker busts them out and uses their powers for his own gain. But yeah, so that one became Ace because she's the strongest of them all. And then there was 4 other kids with her, and they all got their own playing cards and basically put bombs all around Las Vegas.
Okay. This is something we're just going to barely scratch the surface of tonight, because obviously we're going to end about 8:45-ish, guys, just so that I can take someone out so that they can piddle and get something to drink before I have to go and try and be intelligent tonight.
But I get my comic frames on Amazon. I just ordered a couple today, or yesterday.
Okay, who is Condiment King? I mean, that sounds like somebody who makes hot dogs for a living.
He's a joke. he was a character who was just created as a joke. He wants to be a villain. He's not. He tries to be evil, and literally all he does is squirt ketchup and mustard at people.
Oh my.
While trying to rob people. Yeah.
Oh my.
I made a pop of that one.
That's interesting.
So that's from Batman the Animated Series. He was literally in the episode for like 2 seconds, and I think in that one he was actually some dude who was just brainwashed into thinking he was evil. But a lot of times the comics, he's just this joke of a guy who wants to be the Joker, but he is just stupid.
So do you see, when I was a kid, like the thing that was on, will you stop? What's the problem? You're going to have to get down if you're not going to lay down. Sorry. I'm embarrassing you in front of your friends. the Hastings pack might be watching.
He was in the Lego Batman movie too, yes.
Lego Batman?
Yes. I think he was in a Lego minifigure. I think I have it.
Now, see, I have not seen the Lego Batman movie. I did watch... Oh, did I? I
didn't. I think I tried watching Lego movies. They're boring as crap.
So Random's asking, where do you get your comic book frames?
Amazon.
Okay.
I just get the cheapest ones I can off of Amazon.
There you go. Haven't seen any.
The only one... Well, no, I guess it's not even really in a good frame. I need to upgrade the frame that Birds of Prey number 59's in. But...
No, and that's it. Literally the only thing I have, if you call it framed, is the slabbed one up there. Everything else is just bagged or boarded or loose. Yes, I know, comic book people, they're not all in acid free. Everything else, shut it. I didn't know. Okay, I didn't know. Now, have you seen?
I changed my answer from before. Birds of Prey number 59 was the one I'd want to get slabbed, not the Batgirl. Honestly, the Batgirl's worth a hell of a lot more, but that Birds of Prey means more to me. So. Anyway, what were you saying?
Hey, what's the difference between Birds of Prey and DC Bombshell? Birds of Prey is like Harley Quinn, right?
No. In the movie, yes. In the comics, it's Oracle, who used to be Batgirl, Black Canary, Huntress. Later on, Lady Blackhawk. I know no one here knows who she is besides Jay Lee. And basically a lot of the female characters from like Gotham.
Okay.
But that Birds of Prey number 59 is a whole different story. It changed my life, but
why? You can't open that little tidbit of information and not ly.
Well, I've said it before. I don't mind. I've read that comic when I was either in 9th or 10th grade. I think I was in 10th grade. And until then, I was literally brainwashing myself into thinking I was straight. Like, literally, every time I caught myself looking at a woman or a girl, I would just start chanting in my head, I can't be gay, I'm straight, I'm Christian, blah, 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 blah. And it was working. Unfortunately, it was working. And there's a scene in that book. Black Canary is kidnapped by these two guys, Salvin and Creole. I know no one's heard of them. But they've done all these things to her, broke both her legs, chained her to a mattress in their attic, all for pretty much blackmail. And there's a point where she realizes that Creole is in love with Salvin. And when he confirms this, in the split second it takes me to go from one speech bubble to the other one, I'm thinking, okay, she's just going to hate him more now, knowing that he's gay. But her response was just, I was just wondering. Like, she asked him about it, and that's just her response. I was just wondering. I've never have known it to be so neutral of a subject before. Like, it wasn't good, it wasn't bad, it was just normal. And after I read that comic, I went to my mirror, and for the first time in my life, I said the words out loud, I'm gay. I never even said it in my head before. I said it out loud to the mirror that night. So I know it's weird. I know it's like insignificant to a lot of people. I even wrote I met the writer of that comic back in like 2016 or something. And I gave her a letter telling her how much that meant to me. And
Aw.
So, yeah.
Do you see what Fox said? When I see a woman, Caitlyn, I chant similarly. Please don't be gay. Please don't be
I'm the opposite.
I don't. I wish I had like some kind of. I fought it. I will say that I fought it tooth and nail. You know, I wanted the dog that keeps trying to jump in my lap. I wanted the 2.5 kids picket fence, little house, big wedding. I wanted that, and that was probably the roughest time of my life at 37. I didn't know what to do with it. I didn't want to admit it, and I didn't know what to do with my family, because all the things that you see on TV and everything is people very much are judgmental and people lose their family members, and I'm so close to my family, but I knew it was something I had to try and figure out on my own, and I ended up pushing them away, and they didn't know why, because I was trying to figure myself out, kind of a thing, and I was 37.
The same way, yeah.
Yeah, and I was very, very, very scared, and I've admitted this to my sister-in-law every single time. I admitted to my sister-in-law, because her family is very Catholic, that I was scared that she was going to take my niece and nephew away from me and never let me see them again. And I could not handle that.
Yeah.
That little boy and that little girl, well, now the three of them are my world, you know? I mean, we just talked about Nolan, and especially him. Like, since day one, that has been my dude. You know, he is my little dude. He collects Funkos. He's into cooking. He likes space. He loves to read. He's very smart, and he's very quick-witted. Should have been my kid. He really should have been my kid. And then my sister-in-law and Nora, two peas in a pod. But I didn't have that moment of clarity like you did. You know, I kind of really, really struggled with telling my family. And then it went a lot better than I expected. And I only lost a couple of ancillary people that really I don't
matter anyway. I mean, I'm still not fully out, mainly because of my mother begging me not to. But it was years before I started coming out to people, and it's hilarious, honestly. The first person I ever came out to was one of my longest friends. We've known each other since first grade, and he's a twin. Okay, so I've known both of them, ever since first grade. And I came out to him first. And then a couple years later, he came out to me first. Mm-hmm. And then about 2 years after that, his brother came out to me. And I'm like, okay, we had a lot more in common growing up than we realized.
Well, the guy that I was madly in love with before Lisa, he came out. Mm-hmm. And after the fact, And and he's been in a relationship for like 3 or 4 years now, and they've got an apartment together now, and he's very happy. And he's not the only child in his family. There were like 6 kids in that family or whatever, and he's not the only kid in the family that is. In fact, and I don't know how we're going down this sidetrack, but whatever.
Because you asked me about the birds of prey.
I know. And
it's fine. It's fine.
What happens is like we get on like one train and then it goes. Because
That's perfectly fine with me. I don't care.
He's like squirrel. That's exactly what happens on here. Is we can go all the different places. You know, if you had a prized possession out of the DC animation, like what is your number one favorite thing that you've ever collected from the DC animation line?
So there's actually something I have ordered. It's coming soon. And I kind of want to say it's that, even though it's Wonder Woman. But as of right now, I would probably say my 10-inch Hot Girl action figures. Just because they're so much larger than a lot of my others. You know, most of them are about that big. And the 10 inches kind of tower over it, makes a more dominant looking.
That's what she said.
Display. Yeah. But I also have a 1:2 scale bust of Wonder Woman from the animated series coming soon. I actually pre-ordered it back in November. And it's starting to come out soon. Robert Kinzel has done a video on it. He's another DC freak on YouTube. And so mine should be coming hopefully next month. Hopefully.
Clarissa, I just read your comment, and I want to say, my mom struggled with it too. My mom, you guys know, my mom and I are like awesome now, but there was a point in time when my mom seemed to struggle with it. And one of the things my mom told me was not to tell my grandmother. So my grandmother died not knowing that about me. And I was actually kind of relieved that I didn't make Master Chef, because that's one of the things that they wanted me to do basically as part of the drama, was to basically come out on national television. And I knew that would hurt my family, and it would hurt my grandmother the most. And I didn't want to do that. Of course it is, Fox. It's not something that it's easy, but like Fox said, love is love. And in the other show that we had, I had a shirt that said, love the person, not the plumbing.
Yeah.
And that's what it boils down to. Because for me, I mean, I know Clara doesn't get it, but for me, I still think guys are amazingly hot. Like Jason Momoa and Ryan Reynolds and David Beckham. I'm like, hey, get out of jail free card. Sorry, hon. But at the same time, I also think like, Kate Beckinsale is you know, very pretty and stuff like that. So I think you should just be who you are, love who you love, and not worry about the stigmata. If people are not going to accept you, you have to accept it, and they're not going to accept you. And I know it's more easy said than done, but I felt so much better once I got that off my chest. And either they're going to realize that you're happy and that's all that should matter, or they're not. Why you? Because you give me crap all the time, Clara, about me thinking guys are hot.
And also, I will say, you don't have to label yourself if you're not wanting to, if you're struggling with it. You don't have to. I mean, a lot of people find security in labels. A lot of people don't. And either way is fine. Just find what works for you. It doesn't matter if you can do it in your teens, you can do it in your 20s, you can do it in your 60s. It doesn't matter. Just whenever you feel most comfortable to. So.
Oh, look who's decided to pop in and say hello. Oh, he's here! Oh my gosh, it's been so long!
I was waiting on you to call me. I heard you talking about hot guys, and I figured that was the moment.
Oh yeah, that's the moment when you had to pop in.
That's just cute.
That was it.
Look, finally set up. She's like, ooh, Troy's here. Hello.
Hey.
Like, hey. Look at her sultry eyes.
Got some eyes, finally. It's so different than a few months ago.
That's because she's getting used to now me like pointing her at lights. She's like, what? She was sleeping just a minute ago.
She's like, this is normal now.
I just would not go as far as to say hi. I would. I would.
I mean, some of them, not a lot.
That's fair. I'm a straight guy. I'm a straight guy, but there's some dudes that are hot. Like,
it's not like 100% either way. I don't think anyone's like 100% gay or 100% straight. I really don't. I'm one of those people. Like I don't think people would go all the way with it like a straight person would go all the way with it, but I think they could admire someone. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. I mean, I guess if you're comfortable with who you are, I mean, you can kind of accept the fact if somebody of the same sex looks good or not. I mean,
I would never do that to you, Foxy.
You're welcome.
As soon as I heard her typing on the computer, I knew what she was
doing.
Yeah, I mean, Ryan Reynolds is the go-to. I mean,
I have never seen a man with a more chiseled body than him. And then, like, in Blade 3, he had a little bit of stubble on his chest and stuff. Blake Lively, you're a lucky lady.
There's something wrong with him. If Caitlyn's over here like, I don't think he's all that good looking.
Well, I do. I'm just not attracted to it.
She's like, oh, he's good looking, but I don't want to be near it.
You're just gonna have to when you're nervous in like an hour or so. You're just gonna start thinking about that picture. Now, just keep it up on a different tab.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, we've gone so we were talking about DC animation, and then we got sidetracked into other things. But you know how that's how it rolls.
If it goes to Ryan Reynolds, I'm totally okay with it.
Yeah, me too.
You know how we all have that list. You know, if I have the chance to hook up with a celebrity, Ryan Reynolds is on my list. I still don't think I'm gay or bi, but I'm pretty sure he's on my list.
I have lists on both sides.
That bridge when I get to it, I guess.
Caitlyn and I are gay. Brandy is bi. True story. I can swing both directions. You know what? It just makes the ocean that much bigger, baby. That much bigger. Ray Pops, how many subs are you up to now? I suppose I could look myself. But what?
Fox.
Yeah, I saw it.
Yours do not.
I don't think hairy boobs are ever good boobs. I'm sorry, Fox.
Neither are certain small New Yorkers in Borat swimsuits. Have you seen that picture?
Yes.
Where he's got the Baby Yoda mask on?
Yes, I did.
And thank God that there's enough shadow that you can't see down the gap in the front.
Yeah.
Just saying.
He put that in our group chat for Mom's Get Swap.
I'm so proud of him. That's totally something I would do.
She's at 150.
All
right, so when she gets to 200, guys, where did I just do with it? I will. This is going to be part of what we're giving away.
And when Brandy gets to 400, everyone spread the word. When CTV gets to 400, these guys are going to torture themselves again, and we all want to see that. I know.
Troy, I do not envy you. I have a feeling. I mean, I don't know because I haven't done Satan's Toe and you haven't done the one chip. Right. But I honestly think the one chip was the worst thing I've done. It coats your mouth, brother. I'm just saying, it coats your mouth. The charcoal gets in there, that's on that chip, and coats your mouth, and it's just like, Fox, would you not agree the chip was worse than the nuts?
Yeah, he's done all three. He's done the toe too, hasn't he?
Yeah. Oh yeah, he did it with me.
Yeah, because you guys were doing it together that night.
Yep.
Oh man, that chip.
But see, I'm excited about it because everybody, like that, most people that have done like only one, it's been either those or the death nuts, and like I've done everything else but the chip. So I'm like,
these nuts.
I got to do it. Like I'm curious.
You guys leave me out of that.
Hairy boobs. We just don't prefer hairy boobs. That's all. Waxing and plucking is good. Sometimes He-Man crosses in the center of your chest are good as well. A real challenge would be a peach. Peach? No.
Don't go there.
No. Chip was by far the worst experience. Now he snotted with the death nuts worse, but don't open your mouth for air and don't leave saliva in your mouth for too long. But see, now I've told people that have told me that not to swallow because that's what made them sick. Was swallowing.
Yeah, that's what Bunker said.
But I'm gonna tell you right now, if you drool, that hurts worse than swallowing. Like when I drooled, I like burnt my face. That was the most annoying part, was the fact I drooled on myself.
Oh,
Hey,
Les, you missed it. Scroll up and read. Scroll up and read. Okay, back to DC animation. And I'm hoping by some chance that Ross has picked Batman or something for tonight.
I'm sure.
I didn't. But okay, so back to DC animation. So now, are there still new series going on, or are they continuing even as of today, or is this something that they've kind of slowed up on and now moving in another direction?
Well, the newest ones that I know of are like they
Keep going, Les.
did Young Justice season 3. Young Justice was from years ago when I was in like high school, and then they renewed it not too long ago, season 3 for that one. It's a good show.
Are Teen Titans part of that too?
Yeah, it's a bit like a different universe for Teen Titans almost, I would say. Different characters, but it still had like Robin and stuff in it. But other than that, it was like Harley Quinn, the Harley Quinn series. And that one, not for kids, absolutely not for children. The Harley Quinn series on DC Universe or HBO Max, it's vulgar, it's violent, it's awesome, and I absolutely love it. Do not watch it with your children at all.
That's the way it's supposed to be.
That's how yes, and that's a lot. That's what I'll say with a lot of the movies too. And I've had a lot of people would be like, "Oh, I watched this with my kid and regretted it." A lot of the DC animated movies are very like PG-13, R-rated. You do not want to watch them with children. Absolutely.
Well, they're much darker. That's what I was saying. I think that the DC stuff is much darker, and Marvel is more bubblegumish, if you will. Yeah. I mean, even though, like the Infinity Wars and Endgame and everything, they were very violent, and as far as the deaths and and that stuff. But the one that still grosses me out to this day is when Danny DeVito was Penguin, and when he's chomping on the fish and stuff, and then when he dies in the end, the black blood or whatever is coming out of his mouth. Oh my god, I want to vomit every time.
Yeah, some DC is very, very dark, but the Harley Quinn show, you're
the only woman I love.
It's probably like the best new animations that DC's done lately, and it's not so much. Well, it is dark, but it's more humorous, like dark humor, than anything. If you watch it, you're not going to be scared or anything. You're just going to be laughing your ass off to it. So.
But I'm sorry, but to me, the creepy flying things in Justice League are right up there with the flying monkeys that my mom doesn't like. Like they're
the parademons?
In crawl, but they're still creepy.
The parademons, yeah.
What the pop is exactly right. Teen Titans on Cartoon Network was actually really good.
Oh wait, there's a difference?
Yes. Not Teen Titans Go. Oh yeah.
I've seen Teen Titans Go recently.
Teen Titans is better.
Teen Titans is very, very much better.
There's actual story. The characters aren't dumb.
Yeah. There we go, Julie.
Come on, Beast Boy is hilarious in Teen Titans Go. Like
it is. I mean, that was funny. I was like, this is actually kind of funny. Like because I've been trying to check these different things in getting into new animation, and I haven't found one that I'm just like, wow. Like, so I'm listening to CAITLYN, like, what do I watch? Like, what do I start with? Because nothing has hooked me. That any of the animated series or the animation, like the anime, that's what I meant. Anime, nothing has grabbed me yet.
Well, you know what? I'll make a deal with you. I'll finally watch Back to the Future, and I'll send you Justice League season 1, because the first 3 episodes, you said you were intrigued by Martian Manhunter.
Mm-hmm.
It kind of.
Well, you said it's on HBO Max, right?
Huh?
It's on HBO Max, though, right?
Oh yeah, it is. So
yeah, so I have HBO Max.
But you can. It's kind of like his origin story in a way, the original one from 2001. So watch that, and I think you'll know whether you really enjoy the character or not, because he's one of my favorites because of that, honestly.
Okay, so once, like tomorrow night when I'm sitting down to actually fold laundry again, I will shoot you screenshots and you'll be like, watch that one.
Yes.
Okay, perfect.
That works. Favorite? We're talking about Teen Titans?
Yeah.
Yes.
No,
Teen
Titans,
Justice League. We're talking about everything.
Or Justice League. Okay.
But Teen Titans Go is good if you're wanting something more, I almost want to say mundane, like something just for a laugh. Like
Oh yeah.
the original Teen Titans was still funny, but not the same way Teen Titans Go is. It was a bit more serious, and it had a lot like Justice League Unlimited. It reminded me a lot of that show, where the humor and the action kind of bounces out. Meanwhile, in Go, it's like just humor.
Right.
So
They're built like Powerpuff Girls.
yes, there was actually a crossover with Powerpuff Girls, wasn't it, for Teen Titans Go?
I don't know if there was. I want to watch it.
I think there was. I almost watched it.
Powerpuff
But
Girls, like that. I tried to watch that because I was babysitting kids at the time when that was out, and that I don't know why that show annoyed the shit out of me. When they
I
start
loved it. I grew up
punching
with it.
and there's like all these little arrows running behind them, and I was just like, "You're like 4. Shut up! You can't do anything."
Did you see where they're making a live action?
Oh, they're
I
making
saw
a live
that-
action.
A live action Powerpuff Girls with them like as teenagers.
Yeah, not my bag.
And they're gonna have Cameron Diaz come back and play Bubbles, right? They're gonna doll her up and make her a teenager.
It's the Cameron, whatever
Cameron.
her name is.
Cameron from yeah.
Descendants. Yeah.
Go figure.
It's gonna be horrible. I just know
Oh
it.
my gosh.
It's gonna be horrible.
Not my bad. Now, have you heard anything? Like, you know more about this than I do. So, have you heard anything? Like, are they going to bring like Hawkgirl and Hawkman into the fold here soon? Like with the DC movies. I mean, obviously we know Aquaman 2 is coming out, but are there anything coming from the animated series that you can see that they're going to turn into live action movies?
I doubt it would be that. With Hawkman and Hawkgirl, they did bring Hawkgirl and Hawkman in for DC Legends of Tomorrow show, for the first season. But the thing with them is they're popular in the sense that everyone in DC knows who they are, but they're not. Very few people will say their favorites are Hawkman or Hawkgirl. I'm in the minority here. If they bring others in, not you. If they bring other characters in, I would almost want to say it would be probably more the Teen Titans route, like bring Nightwing. And that's what I would honestly love to see, is some more of the Teen Titans like more grown up, because they have Cyborg already. So I would love to see like a live action Raven, a live action Nightwing.
But
even
isn't Nightwing like Dick Grayson? Like, isn't that Robin?
Yeah. Dick Grayson grows up, becomes Nightwing. Tim Drake takes his place. Then he becomes Red Robin, and then Jason Todd becomes Robin. He becomes Red Hood, and now it's Damian Wayne as Robin.
Robin? Wait, what? There's more than one person that plays Robin? Like, they just replaced the dude? Like, Bruce Wayne is Batman.
That was just 4 of them. There's also 2 girls that don't really count because they were very briefly Robin.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
No way.
There's a death of Robin. Like,
yeah.
You gotta, one goes, another has to take his place.
It's like National Lampoon movies. Like, the parents stay the same and the kids change every single time.
Pretty much.
You need Captain Cold. Now, I know that there's something, Captain Cold, somebody was talking about, I saw that in somebody's quiz or something the other day about Captain Cold or something, but I don't know.
He's a Flash villain. He's a Flash villain.
Bruce Wayne kicks them out at 18 once they become adults? What is he, Michael Jackson?
Yep. That's where I was just about to go with that. You're too old. You got to get out of here.
Smitty. Well, because I had no idea. Like, I always, I mean, I watched the live action I still will watch it. Like, if I get bored, I'll turn on, like Adam West and what's his nuts, Burt Ward playing Batman and Robin, because that was Batman and Robin. Like, I had no idea that there was anybody besides Dick Grayson as Batman.
That wasn't Starro, Eric. That wasn't Starro. It was Jarro as Robin. But yes, I forgot about him. He was technically Robin too.
Jarro?
It's a space alien starfish that can brainwash people. But this one's a little one, and he's on the good side, and he thinks Batman is his dad. And he went in a jar for a while.
In a jar?
That's why his name is Jarro. But
Like the band Menudo, once you're 16, you're out. Charo. Shiki shiki. Charo.
So I look back as I was growing up. I don't feel like they really pushed like the character development enough for some of the side characters, and I think that's why I never really held on to DC animation. Like I loved the Marvel side because you got. I mean, I grew up watching the Spider-Man. You got to see all the villains; they all had personality. X-Men was huge for me. That's one of my favorites.
Yes, X-Men's amazing. I absolutely love X-Men
because you have all these characters plus all the villains, and they are all like equal time for the most part. Like Magneto, Mystique, stuff like that. I feel like with DC, they focused on just a few pieces, and if you didn't click with one of those, you didn't dig in deep enough. And I kind of fell out. I didn't really watch the animated series. Like some of the movies I've watched have been good. Like I really did like Son of Batman.
Yeah,
that one was good.
Well, the movies are like straight from the comic books. Like it's not going to be word for word or anything, but that's why a lot of times the movie's better because they're basing it pretty much strictly off of the comics. They don't diverge very much from the storylines.
Gotcha.
But with the shows, I understand what you're saying because most of the time, like in the Batmans, you just see Batman, and that's about it. Like a little bit of Robin, a little bit of Joker, but you never really dig into who they are. The only one that got close with that in diversity, I would say, would probably be Teen Titans. Some of them got a bit more of a backstory, like Starfire and Beast Boy and Raven. And even Justice League Unlimited, you expanded from having 7 main characters to having a ton of secondary characters all of a sudden.
What is this?
Oh, that's another storyline. It's also a movie. And it's basically Gotham, but with what's his name? Jack the Ripper in his timeline.
Oh.
Or Batman's hunting Jack the Ripper.
What?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Oh.
But yeah, in Justice League Unlimited, expanded the secondary characters and started zoning in more on, like, you saw Green Arrow and Black Canary and Huntress, Vigilante, which no one's heard of since, a few others. That was the only one that ever came close to that.
Yeah. I didn't know all of this. I've learned a lot tonight. New little wrinkles in my brain. So as we're wrapping up here tonight, CAITLYN, thank you, and I hope that this time has been actually. Hi. How are you? Is Daddy being silly?
You think Daddy's always
silly. Yeah, Daddy being silly.
Can you tell him bye?
Bye.
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 Okay, go out there. I'll be out there in a minute, okay?
Yeah, we're almost done. So what do you got coming up?
So I don't know if anyone noticed, but I forgot. I didn't upload today. I usually upload on Tuesdays. I have a big video left to edit, and I haven't started it yet. So maybe Thursday, probably Saturday. Other than that, Homespun Happy Hour. Next Monday we have, if Fritzy's available, he'll be there. Homespun, me, Sassy, Lass is going to be there, McDorks is going to be there, and King Bobbert's going to be there again. So
okay, well, I thought McDorks.
Yeah, I said McDorks.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, they're all going to be there. I don't know what the hell we're talking about. Ty Locke doesn't even know yet. Other than that, I have no idea.
It's a surprise to everyone.
Absolutely.
So it's funny that everybody keeps talking about Lass and food. So Lass, 2 weeks from now, you're really going to want to tune in. So someone is leaving for the warmth of Florida. So on April 6th, I have Chef John Fox is going to come on. We're going to not only talk collecting, but we're going to talk foodie. I'm trying to talk Trapper into coming on too, because that's just like the threesome that JLH wants to do, a cooking challenge. So I'm trying to get everybody on, the foodies on, so it'll be fun with food and collecting and everything else. That's in April 6th. But next week...
Glad I'm not here for that one. food. I wouldn't want to be a
That's
part
why
of
I
that.
picked something that I figured you wouldn't.
You're totally wrong. I love food.
I know you love food, but I didn't figure you want to sit here and be like, "Hey, did you see that truffle and this oil and this saturated fat and that? How to clarify butter?"
I told you I was into that stuff. It's okay. It's totally okay. I'm going to be watching from
You know
where I'm
what?
at.
StreamYard works on your phone, bro. You can get on there with palm trees behind you.
That's
could.
right. I can. Just
Yeah,
like Mitch, where he had the great background, and
Yeah.
I have to
Little
do that.
Disney, little Epcot Center in the background with the globe and all that stuff all lit up at night. I don't know. Stop in and say hi.
It won't be that. I'll be in Panama City. I won't be.
Oh,
I got a big.
He won't have
softball
time for us.
he's going to get tie dyed and those shredded up shirts and stuff like that. He's going to walk around with his belly hanging out.
I mean, isn't that the best thing to do?
I've been working on this dad bod.
But next week we are going international. So we have M3 Lions from the UK as well as FUNKO from Canada that are coming on. I never heard back anything from Taco Pop. So I know a lot of people have had him on a show recently. So we're going two different directions. So I've got two people from completely opposite points of the globe. Well, three, including me. So we're going to talk about international collecting and how it differs in the different countries. And I've always wanted to know why there's only one special edition sticker and they don't have things like the Hot Topic exclusives and everything else. So those types of questions. M3 Lions and I found out that we have a lot in common. Like he has a city right near him called Royal Oak. So do I. So there's been some interesting things. So international next week. See how it differs, all things collecting. And then on April 6th, Chef John Fox and I are going to talk not only Funkos, but food. So make sure you have your snacks because we're probably going to make you hungry. I've got a ton of pictures of different stuff that I've fixed over the years. And we're going to talk about his restaurant and all the good things that he has going on. So guys, you have 15 minutes to go pee, get yourself something to drink, get a snack, head over to Mama J's channel. I have to go defend myself against Ross and Wabasaurus Rex for my final appearance on Are You Smarter Than a Spectre? I'm encouraging everyone to vote for one of the dudes. So please do so. If you want to win tonight, I have a headache and honestly, I did not prep at all. So I'm just
He
telling
didn't study
you right
for this one.
only my category is the only one I studied up on. The one that I picked just because I was worried about what she'd ask. Huh?
Why don't you blow it out of the water? I'm not falling for
Against
it.
Ross?
Not falling for it.
No.
We'll see.
But
have you watched
obviously
March
we're going to do
Madness?
our best. It's all about having fun. It's all about supporting Mama J. Mama J, thank you again. This shirt is awesome too. I've worn it all day. People at work are like, "Are you smarter than a Spectre? What is that?" I'm like, "It's the game show I'm on. This is my third appearance." Come on now. Will anyone vote for Brandy? That is a question. I hope not. I want to be at 0. Something has to get to 0 since they won't listen to us and unsub so that we don't have to do Satan's Toe in the one chip challenge. 0 tonight, guys. I'm serious.
Or at least 1 or 2 so she can tie with Clara and me.
Yeah, there you go. There we go. That would be good. That would be good. I don't care. I'm just going to have fun. I'm just going to be a goofball. I don't care. I might even have a cocktail just to liven things up. Who knows? All right, guys. We're going to let you go. 15 minutes. Mama J's channel. Win, lose, or draw. I mean, are you smarter than a Spectre? Me versus Ross. Guide Your Pops versus Wabasaurus Rex. It'll be a good time. And after tonight, you guys don't have to see me play Jeopardy until I'm on Jeopardy on JLH's channel again in a couple of weeks. So, all right, guys. CAITLYN, thank you. I hope you had fun. I learned a lot. I appreciate you. Hey, you know something else?
What?
We were actually just nice to each other that whole time.
We were. People don't realize we're actually really good friends.
It can't end that way. It can't end that way.
Randy, I hope you lose horribly.
Boom. There we go.
There we go. All right, guys. Thank you guys so much. We will see you next week for International Night on CTV. Have a great week, guys, and we'll see you in a little bit.